just me and the world's best tasting vodka.
What's up, guys? Another edition of Off the Dribble. This is your boy B. Scott. I'm with one of my best friends over here, and this brother is one of the funniest brothers you'll ever meet. Every time we together, I'm just laughing my ass off. My man, comedian, TV star, movies, everything, Bill Bellamy. What's up, my brother? What's up? Hey, first, we got to have a celebratory toast here. I almost knocked my mic over. Just thanking you for coming to the show.
Come on, bro. All you got to do is call me, man.
That's what I did. I said, Bill, I need you to do the show. You said,
this is good, actually.
When?
Yeah, that's
when?
nice.
You was like, when? I was like, you tell me when you're available. So
Bro,
thank you for coming.
I love you, bro. Let me tell you why. I always been wanting to tell you this. First of all, you played the way I played in high school. Like, I looked at your game, and I was just like, you were slasher, jump shot, great passer, great defender. I'm like, yo, I want to be like B. Scott. You know what I mean? I always wanted the passes, like, I wanted to pass like Magic, you know what I'm saying? Right. But you were more athletic to me, you know what I'm saying? Fast guy on the wing flying, you and Coop, y'all, So I just wanted to give you flowers. Can I do that?
Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes,
and,
sir.
And the coach as well. I just got to give you flowers.
You know I appreciate that.
Don't let this bother you right here.
Can
y'all see this?
I told you.
Listen. You see this? This is his arch nemesis right here. This is air. You got to play compliment to the GOAT. This is the GOAT.
Look.
I'm tired of people talking. This is the GOAT.
When you walked in, I was like, you could have walked in with something that had purple and gold. But I was like, it's all good.
There's only 3 people. Well, 4. Because I got a dope Kobe joint that's hot. So if you're gonna do Lakers and you're trying to do like vintage, like oh my God, you got to do a Kareem joint. Got to do a Kareem. You got to do a vintage Kobe joint. You got to do like the joint with Magic with the fur coat. I got this joint.
Oh, the All-Star weekend. Oh,
Woo!
Okay.
You got the joint with Magic. I got this one vintage joint when it's Magic, Prince, Madonna, and Michael. They coming in the form. It's fly with that. It's a vintage picture. All right, I'm tired of bragging. And then you got to have one. You got to have one.
He tired of bragging.
But you got to have one with Shaq too. So it's just moments. It's just moments in Laker history that are just like profound. And you're a team.
I'm a part of some of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
I'm a part of some of that.
Come on, you got
now, Bill, when the first time I ever saw you,
okay,
not when we met. The first time I ever saw you was Def Comedy. Right?
No way.
Swear to God. First time I saw you came on the stage, you was looking good. You had a suit on. I was like, that brother fly.
I only had one suit, though.
Well, it was nice. It looked good. When you walked on the stage and you started telling jokes, and I'm like, boy, this boy funny. And then you came up with this one. Ladies, if the fella call you at 2 o'clock in the morning, is that not a booty call? Can you help me? And I fell out.
Bro.
So tell us how that joke came, because today's world,
it's still the
everybody knows what a booty call is. Bro. So how did you come up with that?
So get this, right? The truth of the matter, how that joke was written, because that was around the time that Mike Tyson got in trouble in Indianapolis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So it came out in the because when comedians have to read the paper, we always reading stories and trying to find a joke in something, right? So when I read the story, the girl was like, "Oh my God!" Like, I went to see him at 2 a.m. and I didn't know what he wanted. I was like, "What? What?" And you fine as hell. What? Did you want to play Monopoly? Come on. So in my mind, I said, "Oh my God. It's a booty call," but I said it just thinking of it out loud. I said, "Oh, that's funny," because I remember it. To me, it sounded funny, like booty call, right? Because you got to think in the '90s, we couldn't really say very vulgar stuff on TV, so you kind of had to find a slick way to say the same thing. So I was like, "Booty call, And so when I did it in the clubs, it worked. And so I said, I got to do this one on TV. I knew that joke was going to blow up. It's certain jokes that I do. I'm like, this one right here, this is going to be the joint that's catchy that people keep repeating.
And that's what happened. Yeah. Because even to this day, everybody knows.
We all made them. See, I needed.
I ain't going to say that right now. I ain't making no booty calls.
We all made booty calls. We just didn't know what to call them. Some cats were saying, I hooked up last night, I got a little something coming through, blah, blah, blah. But then when I said booty call, cats was like, yeah, I had 3 of them. Yeah, and then chicks could say it too. Like,
right, yeah.
Is this a booty call, or am I a real person? It's just fun.
Oh, man. And then, after that, I mean, obviously you kind of blew up.
Yes.
You started doing TV. Your stand-up went even bigger. You started doing movies, So out of those three, and I'm pretty sure I probably know the answer to this, which one did you like to do the most?
Well, to be honest with you, the comedy is the heart and soul of my business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been a stand-up comedian. I was always, trying to be the funniest comedian ever and being the funniest guy in college and all that kind of stuff, right? But then the comedy is sort of the thing that opened up the door for other stuff. Cats say, oh, yo, this dude is funny. Maybe he'll be good in this movie. Then I got like a Reebok campaign. Then I got AT&T campaign, just, because I'm a personable guy. I know how to, do stuff on camera. I know how to listen to direction, you know what I'm saying? Got to listen to direction sometimes. And so I started, doing commercials, making movies. Oh, my God, hosting shows. I got MTV, and it was crazy. It looked like, in my career, it felt like I shot out a rocket or something. Like, I went from nobody knew my name to, are you Bill Bellamy?
Right,
oh, my God. You're my favorite VJ. Like, MTV really took me to the white kids. Def Comedy Jam blew me up in the hood, but MTV made, all the white kids like Bill's my favorite black guy. He's like, if I had to have a black guy friend, he'd be Bill Bellamy. Like, I remember girls just be like, oh my God, like, I have a crush on you. If I could like have one black boyfriend and my father wouldn't kill me, it would be Bill Bellamy. That's what they used to say to me. Like, don't tell my dad.
Stupid boy, you stupid.
But if my dad would like really co-sign me.
Say, don't tell my dad?
Don't tell my dad. Because this is 90s,
Right.
Like the whole like sort of crossing the color lines and people being cool and hip hop, it all made it easy.
Right.
Because you got to remember, the 90s was a huge moment in culture where hip hop blew up. Black was cooler. Music was more diverse.
Yeah.
They start playing hip hop music everywhere.
Right.
Think about that. It was only a couple people. It was just Salt and Pepper. Then you got Naughty by Nature. Then you got Busta Rhymes. And you had Snoop. You had Dre. I mean, that's when we came west.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes is still one of my favorite
Ever.
all-time.
Put your hands where your eyes can see.
One of the greatest rappers I've ever
seen.
That boy is just
Don't nobody want to mess with Busta. They talk about everybody but Busta.
He was cold-blooded. All right. So going back to, how you got this going.
Yes.
Okay. What was your first big break? I know Def Jam, Def Comedy Jam was a break, but what was the first major break you think in your career?
My first major break, and I want to say it was major to me at the time, was getting my first television appearance, which was on Showtime at the Apollo. So you got to imagine, at this time, it's like roughly 90, maybe. Yeah, I just got out of school, and back then, Sinbad was the host.
Okay.
Sinbad was the host. And you had to rub the rock and this, that, and the other, and you go out. So they had a segment for new talent or whatever. They had established talent, the veterans, the people that's already in the game, and then they had cats like me, right? And I was like, I want to go on as a special guest. Because I knew they was going to boo me if I was like an amateur. Because they put you on amateur night, they boo almost everybody. So they was like, Chuck Sutton, who saw me in the club, was like, I'm going to put you on as special guest. You funny, right? But here's the funny thing about doing it. The night that I did Showtime at the Apollo, all the real people got booed.
Oh, really?
The real people. The people
So
that
not
stars.
just the amateurs, the real people.
The real people got booed on the night that I'm there. And I never forget this, right? I was like, oh my God, I brought my mama over here. I can't get booed in front of my mama. I don't know, what is it like with an NBA player? Like, you can't have a bad game. Your mama here. Hey. Everybody got booed. I wish I could remember the artist that was on that show. But the green room was in the basement. So you would go up to the stage and everybody kept coming back down. with their ass smoking. It looked like they just came from the
buzzed,
line.
they just get
Everything was ripped off. You next. I was like, oh my God. Bill Bellamy, you're next in 3. And I remember to this day, I said, I can't gradually get into my set. I said, I gotta start with my closer. I gotta start with my closer, and I'll figure out the rest. I gotta start with my strongest joke, because I was like, I just had to go get them off the grate, because they be like this. The Apollo was like this. They already got their finger on the boo button. So I'm like, okay, jump out there, get on TV. And everybody was like, yo, Bill Bellamy's funny, this dude, he wears the suits. Because I was one of the first guys that was dressing up.
I remember. Yeah, I remember.
And I was dressing up because I just was like, I want to look like a star. And maybe if somebody see me, I'm going to be polished, da-da-da-da-da. And so when I got on Showtime at Apollo, that to me was like that first big break, because I was on TV.
Right,
and people could see you in other cities.
Right.
So that was my first big break. And
so... No, you done?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all right. Because I want to ask you, being a comedian, and I know some of the people you grew up watching.
Yes.
Who were some of the people that influenced you to continue this craft of being a comedian?
To be completely honest, if you had to like dissect my game, in the comedy, Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah.
From Richard Pryor, I learned my characters and how to do stories kind of stuff. Then my more raw and sort of like my real personality is my Eddie Murphy influence from him. And then my storytelling came from Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby was one of the first guys that I ever seen sit down doing stand-up. I was just like, how you just sit down and just start talking? And I used to just sit there and study how he would tell a story about this, and then it'll go here and it would go. I'd be like, yo, that's fly. I want to learn how to tell a story. And then my energy is like a Robin Williams.
Yeah.
See, so Robin Williams was always like on 15. But I wasn't as crazy as he. Robin Williams would be doing like voices and stuff. Oh, baby. Oh, no. Oh, come on now, mama. Do you know what I'm like? He would do like 5 voices. I'm like, something is different about him. I'm crazy, but that's another level.
Stupid.
Like he on the next level,
Well, those are three pretty good influences, though.
Yeah, because it's people who you study, you kind of yeah.
Because you're right, Robin. He was on a different planet. He was unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man. Like I just wanted to have that kind of impact, to be funny like that, where people would just go, and Eddie Murphy had that too. Eddie Murphy, to me, I would watch him on Saturday Night Live. I would watch him in an interview, and I would watch how he could just turn it on. Like instantly be funny. Like he'll be talking normal and be cool, and then he'll just go into a voice or do something crazy, and you be dying laughing. And I was like, yo, I want to be gifted like that, to be able to have access to the tool or to the magic of it.
Right. Now you've done a number of TV shows, number of movies too. Your favorite movie that you did?
How to Be a Player.
Oh, I was about to say that. That was off the chain.
I say How to Be a Player because how to Be a Player to me is like booty call. It's one of those kind of things that people will never forget if you ever seen the movie. And if you're a guy, it's like your moment to really be the ultimate man. Like have as many women as you want. You ain't getting in no trouble, and you having fun doing it. You know what I mean? And I did it in such a fun way. It wasn't like I was arrogant with it. It was almost like I was just a kid in a candy store, like, yo, I'm sneak over to this girl house, sneak over here. It's so many dudes to this day that come up to me like, man, me and my boys was watching that in high school. OG, you taught us the game. You know what I mean? I had my sneakers lined up like your sneakers. I had all the panties in a box. I mean, people really, I'm like, it's not real.
Right, I was about to say, I don't think their situation probably ended up like yours. You know what I'm saying? I think they probably ended up getting caught.
Yeah.
Beat up.
I didn't get caught. Like I just had
you didn't get caught. No,
great time.
But you know what? The cool thing about that movie is like the girl that plays your sister. They wanted to put you in that predicament and having all your women show up at the party, And you were still able to kind of get out of it, have them all leave. I'll meet you at the house.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
because
I was like,
that's the flavor of the film. You know, just when your back is against the wall, you got to figure out an exit plan, right?
Right.
So, what was dope about Dre is like Dre panicked but didn't panic. He was like,
Right.
all right. Oh,
Let me figure this out.
All right, I got it. So I get this one over here, boom. Get her a drink, boom. Start placing these chicks. You know, NBA players do it all the time. They put the girl on the roof. They put one by the tunnel.
Oh.
They put one up on the jumbotron. And then the one that's right by the one right here on the front row, she aired that.
Now, see, I'm laughing because he's speaking the truth. Because I know this from experience back in the day that, you know, you had, you know, players that would put a girl over here, a girl over here, a girl over there, in the stadium, right?
In the stadium.
In the stadium, have 5 or 6 of them in all different places so they don't run into each other.
Nobody coming to the suite though.
Right. No. And they all had to leave after the game. You don't go to the Forum Club.
Come on, baby.
We had the Forum Club, so you don't go to the Forum Club.
Nobody, you ain't gonna give me access to the Forum Club. No.
What you tell them? I'll meet you at your place.
I'll meet you at your place.
I'll be there a little
See,
while.
that's how to be a player right there. You know, the playground was the court, right?
Now look. Now we've talked a little bit about your life as far as comedian and TV and movies and all that stuff. But you're a straight athlete. I mean, you love b-ball. I mean, you love sports in general.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your I mean, because I know you played in high school and everything. Tell us a little bit about your background from a basketball standpoint.
Okay. First of all, my first love is basketball. I ran track as well. Played a little bit of baseball. Baseball wasn't as fun for me as track was and basketball. So I grew up in Jersey, and all the cats play hoops. You know what I'm saying? We had the chain nets and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I remember those.
You know what I'm talking about? We used to have to, when it was in the wintertime, we still hoop. You know what I'm saying? We take the shovels out, move it, and then nighttime, sometimes cats had old heads had a car. They parked the cars at the end, so they light up the courts. We was out there hooping, right?
Oh yeah.
So my first dream was I just wanted to go to college and play college hoops, and then I wanted to go to the league. Right? There was a couple of cats. I didn't know anybody from my neighborhood that literally went to the NBA, but there was cats that I knew that went to the NBA, and it was one of those things that I was like I remember watching Pearl Washington play.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Syracuse,
I remember watching Kenny Anderson play.
Yep.
I remember watching Kenny Smith play.
Yep.
You know, there's certain cats, you know, watching you. I didn't watch you play in college. I watched you when you got to the league. But like I saw cats that was like, I was just like, yo, what would it be like? I always wanted to know what it would be like to play in front of all them people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like 20,000 sold out, the gym is going crazy. How do you stay focused on the game? Or like you hit a big three and the place go nuts.
Right.
How do you not just run out into the car? Ah! Because it's so electric. You know what I mean? So I've always been a fan of the game. I played the game. I studied the game. You know, so. And now at this point in my life, you know, I'm actually reliving the game through my son because he's 15, you know, he's an AAU kid and he's a really good basketball player. So I was like, yo, this is kind of live because I get to relive it again with my son. So I'm still in it. I still got the same passion though.
Right.
But I can't jump like I used to. I do one good jump, I'm done for the whole day.
Bill, ain't nobody in this room can jump like they used to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even try.
I remember when I could just jump. Now I guess look at it. Man, I used to touch that thing right there.
Oh, I remember when I can go to the gym and I'm dressed like this, bam.
Without even trying.
Just stand under the rim, bam.
I
Jeans
see you
on, all
take
that. Now I can't. Now I'm standing under the rim like this. Nah, I ain't gonna even.
Don't it look far?
It looked far, and plus it's painful. You know, because I got to kind of squat now. I was like, nah, hell no. You know what? My granddaughters, they come over to play ball, so I bring the rim down a little bit so they can shoot.
So they can shoot.
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right, I'm good now.
The other day, this is so funny. I could tell you this story because you can relate to this, right? So, because I hadn't played in a while, we went through the pandemic. They had took all the rims down because I used to play like 3-4 days a week. You know, full court too.
Stay in shape that way too.
Stay in shape.
Yeah.
Stay lean, whatever, right? I hadn't played in a while, so I'm in D.C., and my boy had this run. It was a nice run too. Grown cats, you know, 40s, some guys 50s or whatever, and a couple college cats.
Uh-oh.
But we playing 3-on-3, and you can't cheat on 3-on-3.
Wait, 3-on-3 full court or 3-on-3 half?
half.
Okay, I was about to say, y'all crazy.
But you still got to play because
Yeah.
they're screening,
No, 3-on-3,
they're picking
right.
and rolling you to death,
Right.
and they setting the hard ones. Boom!
Yeah.
Boom! Right? I realized, like, yo, I still got a little something in the half court.
Right.
That full court, I'm going to go down, but I'm going to walk back. I never thought. Remember back. I know you remember this. Remember when you was a young cat and the old heads was playing and you take off running back. Hey, come here now.
Yeah.
Come on here. That's me now. Hey, little young fella, come here. Now. Go. You ain't got to go down there, fella. Come on. Walk it up. Walk it up.
Yeah, I stopped playing.
that's
Bill, I
hilarious.
used to work out at Equinox.
Right.
Right. And I would play like 3 times a week. Right. When I hit 51, I was playing. And when it took me 3 days to recover, that's when I was.
Was it a weird injury or just a little tweak?
It wasn't no injury. It was just I was tired. My body was hurting. Yeah. And we were playing, 4-on-4 and then 5-on-5 full court. I was good with the 3-on-3 half court.
Yeah.
When we started going up and down, so we picked a Friday to, let's play.
Let's open it up.
Yeah, let's play some 5-on-5.
I see you.
And I'm going up and down. And of course, I'm a competitor.
It's coming back.
So I'm like, all right, and I got my boy too, Kenny Lofton, who played Major League Baseball.
Played at Arizona.
Played at University of Arizona, point guard.
Point guard.
So he up on me, he trying
quick.
to D me up and he quick. And so, of course, I'm trying to take it easy. But the way he started playing, I was like, oh, okay. So let me get real, right? So I started hitting jumpers after jumpers after jumpers. And I left the court. I was feeling good. I play. Man, I woke up the next day. I was hurting so bad.
Knees, back,
shoulders, thighs, calves.
Yeah, you be surprised.
Ankles.
It's the weirdest thing. If I did it again, I'm going to get back into it, but I want to play power half court.
I like that. I ain't never heard that.
Power.
I've heard half court, but you talking about you want to play power half court now.
The reason I said power half court because it's good guys that can play, and then but power because everybody can play, and you got to play. You got to play D. You got to make shots, and it's easier than trying to go all the way down there and come all the way back 400 times. I'd rather run 3 feet this way, 3 feet this way, put my hands up, and I can play 4 of those and get in the car
and you be straight
and be fine. But we forget that 92 feet.
90,
don't change. Is it 92 feet, right?
It's 90.
90,
yeah.
Well, it's 92 because I always go out of bounds. So it's 92
out of bounds.
for me. I got
run
big
a foot
feet.
out of bounds this way, a foot out of bounds that way. You right, 92. Yeah, you got it.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm strictly power half court at this point in my life. I think that and watching my son play, I'm good. I don't want because everybody I know that's in their 50s. Every injury is ACL. It's got an L in it. MCL, ACL. I'm like, oh my God. Go to hell. All of it is bad. And then the other one is the Achilles.
Yes.
I'm like, yo, man, I ain't trying to do nothing with an L in it.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with my boy Bill Bellamy. We're going to hear a couple of words from our sponsors. We'll be right back. It was a conglomerate of attorneys and investigators that are community-based. They started from a personal traumatic loss that turned into a platform for human dignity and rights. Black Widow always finds ways to eradicate the wrongs and produce positive results beyond all boundaries, and they always pay it forward. Black Widow can handle any and all legal matters, including motorcycle injuries, car accidents, trips and falls, criminal matters, family law, workers' compensation, and restraining orders, and more. In all industries where money rules and basics give rights are overcome by greed, we strive to make it about humanity by repeatedly educating and informing the masses of their rights. If you have ever felt frustrated or anger that you have been done wrong, that's the fire that fuels Black Widow. When you are done listening to all the rest, call Black Widow for the blunt truth. Call 818-599-3613. Again, that's 818-599-3613, or you can find us on Instagram at BlackWidow_investigation. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Off the Dribble. I'm here with my boy, Bill Bellamy, man.
Yes.
We just out here having a good time and talking about his life, his career, and some of the great things he's done as a comedian, television, movies, just a little bit of everything. So we just having a good conversation. So I'm gonna come back with this.
Okay.
You made a career choice, and you seeked out two brothers that I love to death, LL Cool J and DL Hughley.
Yes.
Tell the folks what that was all about.
Well, you got to understand, I came into the entertainment game as a single and overnight famous guy. I didn't know that at some point I would get married and stuff. I met my beautiful wife, Kristen, in 98. We got married 2001. And the crazy part about it was, like, I didn't know celebrities had kids.
What you think they
Like,
did?
for some reason. Because, back then they didn't show kids. Like, you just see, like, that's just blah, blah, blah. He ain't got no goddamn babies. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just being honest. Like, I ain't even know celebrities had kids, bro. I just thought you famous, you rich, you make money, and babies come out the air. Okay, cool. So the first person that was famous that I seen that had a kid was LL Cool J.
Okay.
Because, ladies love Cool J. You know what I'm saying?
there
When
you
he's
go.
born. You know what I mean? You lick your lips, you fly, you wear Kango. You know what I mean? You wear white beaters all day. Okay, cool. So I'm on MTV. We in Hawaii, and I'm interviewing LL Cool J for Mama Said Knock You Out.
Right.
I ain't even know dudes got married. I'm new to the game. I mean, I'm like, yo, my man got a baby carriage. Yo, LL Cool J is the first celebrity I ever seen with a baby carriage, right? So I'm like, yo, he got a little wifey. Wow. Oh, so they do have like regular shit going on. So we over in Hawaii. I meet his beautiful wife, Simone. Now, we all friends now. Bro.
Right,
That was
right.
my first time meeting his wife, right? And him and his baby. I say, yo, dog, how you have a kid? He was like, it's easy. You know how babies made right now. And but he was so popular.
Right.
And I asked him at that time, I was like, yo, how do you make it work being a star like you are and then still have your family? He was
Right.
like, yo, you always gotta make time for that. You know what I mean? I gotta do my thing over here. You know what I mean? I'm here with you. I brought my wifey with me. I brought my baby, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to jump on a bird. We're going to fly back to New York, drop the baby and my wife off. Then I got to go to Japan. I got to do this. But I was like, yo, that's crazy. And then the lesson that I learned from D.L. Hughley, which is it's a very hard sort of like felt lesson, right? So I don't have kids yet. My daughter was born in 2003, okay? So Bailey was kind of on the way. And DL's kids was up already, One of his kids was, in high school, or had one of those monumental birthdays and stuff. And I'm at the party, and he's there, and he gets really, really emotional. I'm standing right next to him. And my baby in the oven, right? And he was like, yo, if there's any regret that I have, is I wish I had more time. And I'm like, is he about to get out of here? He was like, I wish I had more time with my children because I spent all my time working. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. He was like, yo, because I didn't create enough memories when they were small. Now they're big, I can't go back and get them. So I was like, yo, that's crazy. That is just live information. So with that information in my head, I had from him and I had from LL Cool J is you got to create time with your family. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how many opportunities. At some point, you got to prioritize what's the most important thing to you. And so when I had my kids, a lot of people was like, yo, we ain't seen Bill, or, what happened to Bill Bellamy? Nothing happened. I just wanted to be with my kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was there when my kids were born. I was there first day of kindergarten. I was, like, I'm filming. I got pictures. I got moments. Like, now that my daughter's in college and my son's a sophomore going into his junior year, I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Like, I can look at a video now and see my son's talking when he was 2. Mm-hmm. Like, I was filming that. Right. Like, I went to, kindergarten thing. I went to the daughter-daddy dance, So I did a lot of things with my kids because now I'm like, yo, thank God I learned that lesson. Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you get hot and the phone ringing, you feel like you got to do all them jobs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. You're like, what if they stop ringing?
You turning nothing down with your collar at that time, right?
You know what I mean? And then they throwing all kinds of bread at you. You got to go get that bag.
Right.
And then, so sometimes, you got to say, is the bag worth what it's really worth?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You could chase money your whole life and wind up being empty, right? Mm-hmm. So I really appreciate that lesson, and I'm going to give my shout out to LL and DL, you know, when they watch and hear this, that you guys really taught me something. You may not even thought of it like that, but it was something I needed to hear. It was like a little nugget that I got that I just kept inside my pack, because I was just like, yo, once my kids get here, I don't ever want to take that moment for granted, and just miss out on it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We had an experience together a few years ago when we were in Saint-Tropez.
Yes.
Me, you, D, and the wives.
Yeah, that was
crazy. Magic and Cookie.
Magic and Cookie was celebrating their
60th birthday.
60th birthday, yeah.
Right. And me, you, and D was on the beach just having a good time. Mm-hmm. And Kristen and Sally and my wife, Cece, was over there just chilling. I've been telling people for a long time that was one of the most off-the-chain weeks that I've had at a birthday party to celebrate.
In my life.
Am I lying? Was it off the chain or what?
Bro, it was, let me tell you, if you hang out with Irvin, right? So Irvin does stuff so big and it's so meticulously done. I mean, from the invite, like the invite is like a live bird or something. You just be like, ah! Damn eagle coming in your living room. The fuck is an eagle doing here?
Drop
message from Magic. Yeah, right? Message from Magic. What the fuck is going on? Like, everybody's like, did that eagle come to your house? Yeah, motherfucker, eagle came through my living room. It was a message from Magic. So it's true. So like, Magic
it is like,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, you sit there and be like, what the fuck?
I did a story about this shit on my Instagram because people was wondering the whole weekend how much money does Magic have? Because this shit is crazy, right? The yachts, the goddamn food. There's nothing you could say that you wanted to eat that they couldn't make. The whole time I was just making up shit and see if they could figure it out. It's
and they
3.
had it.
Ah!
And they had it.
I said, it's 4 a.m. Excuse me. Can I get a duck peanut butter jelly turkey sub sandwich? We'll be right back. I said, oh shit, this bitch got duck at 4 a.m. I was like, God damn. Here's the thing, and you're going to remember this, because we were sitting out there talking, and we were just like, yo, this is really nice. This is one of those experiences in your life that you can't really explain to people unless they're there with you.
Exactly.
But it bonded us.
Yes, it did. Yep.
It really bonded us as a family. It's cats that kind of knew each other but didn't know each other, but because we were together for like 7 or 8 days, we became family, right?
Yeah.
And it was such a wonderful feeling. It was such a good feeling to see all these different successful people from different walks of lives and now get to meet them personally, and they're so warm to you. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
No, I tell people,
and there was no weed nowhere. This is all real emotion.
But you know how you said, let me see if I can get me a duck sandwich with peanut butter and all that. When we at the party that night, I was like, the only thing they missing is stogies. No, the pool party.
Right.
I said, man, the only thing they missing is stogies. They was like, oh, B, they making them right over there. I went over there and they rolling
another eagle
stogie.
Ah! Magic brought you stogie. The fuck?
I was like, I went over there and
they was rolling them.
and nice ones. I was like,
Bro,
it was like, you want
they
one?
had a dude.
Want
They
one
had
and lit it and everything.
He was straight from Cuba. He was sitting there
What
like,
was his name?
Fernando Velez. He's sitting there with his own, he had his own joint. And he had the tobacco. The shit was dope because, you know, it's artwork to that.
No, hey,
you know
no
what I mean?
shit.
That's
it
a
was
craft.
tight. It was
and
tight.
them joints was tight.
Man, I was like, what?
I said, Fernando, gracias, Fernando. Thank you very much, Papa.
Well, you know me, Bill. I'm from Inglewood, so I said, yeah, light me one up. And I said, now, let me have these right here, and I'm gonna smoke these tomorrow. I'll put them in my jacket. I told Cece, come over here with your purse. Shit,
Baby, throw two of these
I
in your bag.
I need to put these in your purse right here.
Yeah,
I don't want to look bad, but just throw a couple in your bag, baby.
Magic had this is the crazy part I could tell y'all on the podcast, right? So it was an anniversary, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
So get this. So Magic said, I want, you know how Magic say, guys, I want everybody out on the pier at 8:00. I'm gonna do something nice for Cookie, right? Y'all just make sure y'all on the pier at 8:00. I'm doing something for Cookie, right? So we all out there. They got a bunch of acrobats. They got remember the ice? They had a beautiful guy who was sculpting ice into something beautiful. There's music, there's hors d'oeuvres and stuff. This, I cannot make this up, right? So we all sitting there talking, and all of a sudden you look up in the sky and you're like, yo, is that a balloon? Man, I don't know what that is, but then you look again and it's coming towards you in slow motion. The fuck? This thing is an orb. It looks like how I could describe it to you. It looked like some Cirque du Soleil, beautiful, almost a ball, but not, and it was a dude under it tumbling. So it looked like a sphere, right? That was beautiful and colorful and had light inside of it. Mm-hmm. So it was coming towards you, right? Like, damn, is that a balloon? No, that's a person. The person comes out the sky, bruh, in front of everybody, does these tumbles and lands on one leg like this with a big box for Cookie. I said, no, Magic didn't do this. Magic said, no, this is just the beginning. Wait. My man opens up the box. What is it, 25 carat?
Yeah, something like that. It was a lot. Let's put it that way. It was a lot.
For how many years they been together? 25 carat ring. I jumped in the water. My wife was like, oh my God. 25 carats. I was like, you got 2. Shut up. Relax.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Don't let Magic mess your weekend up. All the dudes, all the chicks, all the dudes was hiding their girl ring. Yo, Magic, go ahead with all the 25, man.
I looked at my wife. I was like, we ain't there, baby.
Baby, that's a lot of miles they put together. You understand? You gotta work toward that.
Don't compare.
Keep your head up.
Yeah, it's gonna be all good.
But that was a true story.
It was a great trip, and like you said, we had so many friends that we were able to bond with. Yeah. And man, he put a hell of a week on.
Yeah,
I mean, it was off the chain.
Man. You know, it's nice to have rich friends.
Yeah, it is. You know it is.
Scott, you know you kind of rich too, though. Don't you? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you Magic rich, but you rich too.
I can tell you.
You got some money.
I can tell you. I'm not Magic rich. And I ain't going to even sit here and try to front. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm not buying a 25 carat ring, baby. I'm sorry. Not yet.
Oh, my God.
Might have to have that happen later.
Magic, when is our next party?
Well, now the pandemic's over, you know.
Now we can get
so
back out there.
Yeah, we can get back out there. Yeah. So Bill and I want to know. Let us know. You know, we ready for it, you know. Now, I know you got a new movie coming out soon.
It's called Back on the Street.
But before you get to that one, another one, you mentioned, you know, How to Be a Player was a great movie. But I also loved You on Any Given Sunday. Yeah. Because I think you got the chance to be that athlete that, you know,
always wanted to be.
Yeah, you know, type of NFL type thing.
Yeah,
you know.
I always wanted to play football. I don't know about you. I always wanted to play football, but I was just so skinny in high school, and I couldn't gain no weight and stuff. And I felt like I could have been a really decent receiver, but you know, I had speed. You know, I had good hands, but my parents would not sign that paperwork. They
didn't want their baby getting hit.
They didn't want me getting blown up. So when I got that role, I said, "Yo, I get a chance to do this with the real cats." So I Oliver Stone movie, LL Cool J, Jamie Foxx, James Woods, Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Al Pacino. It was just a great movie.
And Lawrence Taylor.
And I got a chance to meet Lawrence Taylor,
yep.
like in the best way possible, right? So here's the thing that was amazing about that. So you get the movie. Oliver Stone goes, we're going to do a camp before we start shooting. We want to invite all the actors down with the real football players because we had to learn like 52 plays. So anyway, make a long story short, we go to a real camp that's set up for us to get down with the get down. And we had to do everything that the football players was doing. I was working out with the linemen and I was running drills with all the receivers. We had Antonio Freeman there. We had Jaquez Green. We had Terrell Owens there. And there was a couple other cats. Deion Sanders was one of the cats that helped work on my form with me. Michael Irvin. So I couldn't pump fake it.
Right.
Because
not with T.O.,
Primetime, and Michael Irvin. Hey, Bill, it's not basketball, Bill. It's not basketball, bro. Get your hips down, bro. Come on now, you got to come out that different, baby. You know. Michael Irvin is crazy.
Oh, boy, he's a good dude,
so
man.
Michael Irvin had me running my routes the right way, and you know, Deion was telling me how to come out, chop your feet. I learned a little bit from everybody, and you know, and T.O. taught me how to get your head around. You gotta get your head around, Bill. You gotta get your head around.
and they are they different.
They different.
They different.
Very dynamic personalities,
they
but
different.
they all gave me game, right?
Yeah.
So I get a chance. I transformed from being a basketball player into a football player in probably like 4 months. Like I literally got so diesel. People didn't recognize me, bro. Like I remember being in Miami and people thought I played for the Dolphins because all this was up.
Yeah.
And then my shoulders was changing and shit. I was hitting the weights every day. I'm running every day. I'm running hundreds. I'm running 60s. I'm running 40s. And then we doing stride outs. I'm like, I literally was like training for the Olympics or something. Every ab muscle.
You see all of them up.
Bro, all I did was run and eat for 6 months.
Wow.
Best shape of my life.
I understand. So let's go back to the movie you got coming out. Let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay, so the new movie that I have is really, really funny. It's comedy. It's called Back on the Strip.
Okay.
And it stars Wesley Snipes, Kevin Hart, Gary Owens, Faison Love.
Oh, my goodness.
J.B. Smoove, and Tiffany Haddish. And so,
oh, my goodness.
So we basically are ex-male dancers. So you remember the Chippendales?
Except Tiffany, right?
No, she's not. So I'm gonna tell you the
not
story.
a male dancer.
So the story is, we were these guys in the '90s that were like the Chippendales. We call the chocolate chips, and I know everybody laughed when I said chocolate chips. So we the chocolate chips, baby. So anyway, we worked at this casino. We got really, really big. We made a lot of money, and then the casino, you know, started failing.
Okay.
And Tiffany, you know, it was bestowed upon her, the casino, from her grandmother, who owned it when we had it, and then now it's behind in taxes, it's about to die. And so Tiffany wants to get everybody back together to save the casino. So thus, we come back to the Strip, but we all out of shape.
Back to the Strip.
We ain't got to get right, get tight. We done forgot the moves. Some cats going to the left, some cats going to the right. Yo, we're like dysfunctional brothers, but we love each other, but we can't get along.
Right.
Like a basketball team.
Sound like that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's basketball teams that don't do really well. You know, you know what I mean.
You know what it is.
So when is this coming out, Bill?
This summer, you will see that movie in the theaters, and then I also have a book that's coming out. I've been working on since the pandemic. Actually, I got 3 chapters to read today to edit. We're about 13 chapters in.
Oh, okay. So you're close to done.
You're close to done. Yeah. And so the book will be out in the fall. Right now, we don't have a working title. It's just the Bill Bellamy memoir. And basically, it takes you through my life from, you know, being a young kid in Newark, New Jersey, and born to a mother at 16, and my mom and dad were young. I was a oops, oh my God. Oh my God. I think that's what that was me. I was like, oh my God. Oh, you are. Okay. Well, nobody was planning me, bro. Trust me. So thank God they had me. So it's my life coming up before I became famous to, some of my big breaks like we talked about today, to my incredible stories, bro. From all the people that I interviewed, from Michael Jackson to Madonna to Mike Tyson to Kurt Cobain, Diddy. I was there for Snoop's first album when Snoop was 19.
Wow.
Like, I was there when Snoop had just had his son. Like, there's so many moments that I was just in the right place at the right goddamn time that, like, I can't believe, like, when I was going over the book, with my writer helping me put all my stories, I go back on all the pictures I have and videos. My life literally is like almost famous.
Yeah.
But I was famous. So the book will be out in the fall.
Man, we're looking forward to both the book and the movie.
Yes.
And before I let you go, you've made a history of making people laugh.
Yes.
But tell your fans one thing that they don't really know about Bill Bellamy.
Okay, one of the things I think that most people don't know about me is that I read a lot, and a lot of the ideas that I think of are funny come from like something that might be somewhat serious, and I just take a slant on it. You know what I mean? And that I think a lot of times people think because you're funny, you just silly. They don't realize that you got to have a little bit of smarts to be able to take stuff and then flip it and make it, dress it up, right?
Right.
The other thing that I think most people don't know about me is that I'm really like a geek. I love technology. I'm always trying to figure out what's the next wave. I've been to all the little, conventions and stuff.
Is that right?
Yeah, like, cause I just dig. I don't know why I dig it. I just dig it, bro. I'm a nerd at heart, cuz.
A nerd at heart with gangster
language. Like gangster with gangster
I'm
vibes.
I'm a nerd, cuz.
I'm a nerd, cuz.
Yeah, I never knew that part about you. I mean, the technology aspect.
Yeah, because I just think
life.
I think what I find interesting about technology is that there's really no ceilings. There's a lot of creativity on that side of the game, and I've met some of the most interesting people, from the technology side that like a lot of cats got really rich off technology. A lot of VCs came through and blew up. I should have invested more in some of these motherfuckers. But literally, like, I learned so much. Like one of the things that I think now that's going to be the new wave is virtual reality, right? And about 12 years ago, someone presented to me. This happened to me several times in my life. I remember I was at a convention. This is about 20 years ago. I was in Vegas, and a guy showed me, it was he said, man, one day, man, he was like, yo, Mr. Bellamy, let me holler at you, baby. I'm going to tell you something, man. One day you're going to be able to watch movies on this. This right here, he had a sidekick. I don't know if you remember, you could turn the side.
Yeah.
Remember this?
Yeah.
Remember the sidekick?
Yes.
He was like, check this out, Mr. Bellamy. You're going to be able to watch movies. Check that out. Yeah, right there. You're going to be able to watch movies on this phone, man. This right here, this is a program right here. I explain the backside of the program that we created, but basically you're going to be able to download all your films and watch them right here. I was like, on a phone? Cut to another thing I learned that's crazy, right? They got 4K phones, right? Or you know how you go to a movie and you watch an IMAX movie, you know how you have 3D glasses and all that?
Yes,
they
sir.
got phones like that. Yo, they got phones right now that the person come out the phone. You'll be like, Mama? Is you in here? You're like, yo. So like stuff like that people don't even know about. You know what I mean? I heard, like, literally, this was before this even happened, bro. This is how you got to be in the technology game.
Right.
So guy comes up to me at a convention and he was like, one day you're going to be able to pay with your phone. And I was like, what? He was like, they're going to get rid of money. Everything is going to be digital. You ain't, This is before crypto, before all of that. This is like, yo, you're going to be able to swipe your phone like this and pay for something. What we doing?
Swiping our phone.
Thank you.
Well, guys, you heard my man Bill Bellamy. He's a geek.
You hear me? You hear me?
He's a
In there,
geek.
inside of here, I got on thick glasses.
Yeah, he's a geek from Newark.
Yeah, I'm a geek from Newark. I like that.
Has been in LA for a long, long time. Has
Yeah.
had an unbelievable career. Bill, my brother, thank you so much for coming,
Coach.
man. You know I appreciate you.
This
Now,
my dude.
I got to get him on that golf course, guys. But listen, you had another great episode with one of my buddies, Bill Bellamy, on Off the Dribble with your boy Byron Scott. Until the next show, we'll see you next time.
Yes. Off the dribble, baby.
That's it.
Oh.